Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today we are coming to you from Vilestone City, where the fighting type breakers are hosting the Eterna Devons, and both these sides are looking to re-establish themselves this season after both finishing in the bottom 4. They want that redemption. This is the season to do it, so let us know in the comments below who you think is going to win this matchup. Will it be the fighting types? Will it be the grass types? Let's send it down. And this completely revamped grass type side, the Eterna Devons are starting off with Meganium and Rillaboom. Meganium making its debut here today, as is Ember, being joined by Gardevoir, who is the Terrestrial Pokemon for the Vilestone Breakers, shedding that Fairy Psychic typing, taking on the fighting typing, fitting in well with these Vilestone Breakers. We'll see if it can bring that kind of justified attitude to break through the competition here as it takes on that form. But Rillaboom, with the speed control, immediately goes for the bite onto Ember, which is not very effective, being resisted thanks to that fighting typing. Meganium, though, is going to follow it up, going for the Soak, but unfortunately it does fail. You have to think it was going for Gardevoir there, who is going to go for the holdback onto Rillaboom, but that is not a shiny Rillaboom. However, Ember has flinched, and this allows Rillaboom to try and capitalize by going with the Cotton Spore. I cannot believe that these two grass-type Pokemon have a speed advantage here, as it does lower the speed even more so for the breakers that are on the field, and Meganium is going to go and set up the Magic Room over the field here, making it so that everybody's held items do lose their effects, and everyone in the PokeType League does hold on to a left berry, as the Psy Strike from Gardevoir gets a fantastic hit there onto Rillaboom, capitalizing on that previous Psychic type, and it had as that Hyper Beam is avoided by Meganium from Ember, but the Aeroblast will not be avoided. Ember taking massive super effective damage there from Rillaboom. Meganium with the chance to follow up, going with the Dark Pulse. It looks like they see Ember as the bigger threat thanks to that part fire typing that it has as the expanding force now from Gardevoir onto Rillaboom, and Rillaboom is eliminated from this matchup already. Gardevoir has matched Gallade from last season, truly embracing being a fighting type Pokemon, as that Magnetic Flux does fail for Ember, and out comes Hydrapple, making its debut with that super sweet syrup, that aroma wafting all throughout the field, making that evasiveness lower for both Gardevoir and Ember, as Meganium is going to go with the Ice Spinner. Yet again, not very effective onto Ember, but it does put it in the knockout range. Hydrapple could capitalize here, going with the Struggle Bug. This will connect with both fighting type Pokemon, but Ember tanks that move. It does lower the special attack of both Ember and Gardevoir here. Gardevoir with that base 125 special attack, as the burn up from Gardevoir will fail. It would have actually worked if it was Ember, though, who is going to go for the Tachyon Cutter onto Meganium, who does take its first damage of this matchup. Those two connections, you do not see that miss, as Meganium now with the Torch Song going for Gardevoir. It is going to get the special attack boost here, trying to show that it can be a better type than Ember, as the Dragon Pulse follow up onto Gardevoir, which would normally not do any damage. Good hit there by Hydrapple, as that Sing in response from Gardevoir onto Hydrapple is going to put that Grass Dragon type to sleep on the field. Meganium's going to have to do all the work, as Ember goes with the Disable, a very clever play. This is going to make it so Meganium has to struggle. So you have Hydrapple who's asleep, and you've got Meganium who's going to be struggling on the field. You see that struggle take place. Does put Gardevoir into knockout range, but there is the recoil damage for Meganium, as Hydrapple is still fast asleep on the field, snoozing away from all those heads, as the tea time being performed by Gardevoir. And with that tea time taking place, let's switch it over to our sponsor. What do you mean we don't have a sponsor? We don't have a sponsor? But we're fantastic. We have the best fans in the world. How do we not have a sponsor? Okay, we have no sponsor, but we are just fantastic here. As we continue this matchup, everybody does chow down on their leopard berries here, but we will be getting back into the action now that Hydrapple has eaten it in its sleep. And that Magic Powder is going to not affect Meganium there from Ember, as we are getting back into play, and Meganium is still struggling on the field. It is going to eliminate Gardevoir from this matchup, leveling the playing field. There are now 5 Pokemon remaining on both sides. And that Sun comes back out over the field, as Meganium does take more damage as it continues to struggle. And Hydrapple has awoken as well. It's going to go for the Arm Thrust, this multi-hit move. It gets the first strike, you have to think with one head. Goes for the second strike, and that gets the elimination, completing the huge play for the Eterna Devons as they take the lead in this matchup. Both sides so far are holding their own, trying to show that they are contenders this season, as it is Komoro coming out for the Vilestone Breakers, and it is joined by Annihilate. What a combination on the field. There's the Lash out immediately by Annihilate, onto Hydrapple, does get a good hit, and Meganium is still continuing to struggle on the field, going for Annihilate. Surely one more of those and Meganium will be eliminated, but Komaru could do the job here, going with the Topsy-Turvy instead, but unfortunately that does fail. This will open the door for Hydrapple to try and capitalize. It goes with the speed swap, very intelligent, going for Annihilate, who is actually the quickest on the field, but now it should be Hydrapple who is the quickest on the field, and immediately going for another move, going with the Sweet Scent. It really wants to keep those evasiveness stats lowered of the Vilestone Breakers, as both Annihilate and Komaru have their evasion lowered, but that attack stat of Annihilate is boosted thanks to that Defiant ability, and there is the last struggle of Meganium onto Komaru. Meganium is eliminated. We're back to a level playing field. Komaru is going with the speed swap. It's going to take the speed from Hydrapple now, so you have to think Komaru is now going to be the quickest on the field, but Annihilate should still be the slowest as it goes with the Aurora Beam. Massive damage. They're capitalizing on that Grass Dragon type and also lowering the attack of Hydrapple, and now out comes Decidueye, the Oak Medallion winner from last season, looking to help the Eterna Devons not get that wooden crown yet again, as now Hydrapple is going to go with the Topsy-Turvy, and it's going to be successful, going for Annihilate here. It is going to invert all the stat changes that have taken place for Annihilate as the Pollen Puff follow-up from Decidueye, but that's avoided there by Annihilate, allowing it to go with the Flame Charge onto Hydrapple. Does not do much damage thanks to that Dragon typing, but Annihilate does get the speed boost, and Hydrapple is in knockout range as the tearful look from Komaru onto the Oak Medallion winner. So Decidueye does have that attack and special attack lowered. And Hydrapple now going for the dual wing beat. This double connection move is going to get great damage there onto Annihilate, being super effective there, connecting 2 times as it is the dual wing beat. And Annihilate is going to respond though with the low sweep, but it goes for Decidueye, which will not affect it because Decidueye is a Park Ghost type. This allows Decidueye to go with the Fury Cutter, going for Komaru. Not very effective. Komaru tanks that move, and it is going to respond with the Zen Headbutt, but unfortunately for it, Decidueye is able to avoid that move as well, and we get the Mist Ball from Hydrapple going for Annihilate. This is going to be massive damage, super effective, and Annihilate is eliminated. The Eterna Devons have just taken back the lead. This is massively back and forth. Decidueye going for the belly drum. It is going to cut into its health, but it is going to maximize that attack, which is usually a base 107 as well, as out comes Mienshao, making its debut in the PokeType League with the Sludge, immediately getting an elimination in response onto Hydrapple. Yet again, we are level 3 Pokemon remaining on both sides, but Komaru could finish it off going with the Sheer Cold. But Decidueye is able to get out of the way of that move, and this allows Decidueye to go with the Charge Beam. But however, Komaru avoids that attack, everybody dodging all these moves on the field, as well as out comes Electrode, and for its second consecutive season, it is going to be a terrestrial Pokemon, this time taking on the Grass type, and for its second consecutive season, it's actually on the same side as Decidueye as well, both last season being a part of the Ghost type roster. And as the quickest Pokemon in the PokeType League, fittingly so, Electro goes with the quick attack onto Komaru, but Mienshao responds with the Prismatic Laser, going for Decidueye, and Decidueye is able to hold on, but barely. Komaru could finish it off here, going with the Flare Blitz. Goes for Electrode instead, and it is a one-hit wonder, but that static ability has also been activated, so Komaru has been left paralyzed, which is going to slow it down, but may also make it unable to move. But just like that, the Vilestone Breakers have taken back the lead themselves, as Electrode is out of this matchup. That one-hit wonder, very impressive showing as we get the recoil damage on Komaru. But Decidueye now with the double edge, it's going to get recoil damage, but it takes out Komaru. Fantastic connection there by Decidueye, but Decidueye is taking itself out of this matchup with that recoil damage as well. So the Vilestone Breakers are still in lead. They have the 2-1 advantage, as out comes Infernape, making its debut in this matchup as well. And it is Chestnut, who was previously a terrestrial Pokemon, but the judgment is brought down by Infernape onto its fellow fighting Grass type here. Or fellow fighting type, sorry, as Mienshao has to recharge. This allows Chestnut to go for the Shockwave, going for Infernape. Gets some okay damage in there, but Infernape is going to respond with the Scald, which is not very effective thanks to that Grass typing, but Chestnut is left with the Burn. It's going to do passive damage, but it's going to cut into its attack stat as Mienshao follows it up with the Movement Chain. This is going to be super effective. And it gets the elimination. The Vilestone Breakers have gotten the victory in this massively back and forth matchup between the Breakers and the Eterna Devons. Both sides trying to show that they can both be contenders this season, and both showing quite well in round 1, as the Breakers will move themselves up into second place as everything starts to take shape. Next round, they will be taking on the Anastar Galaxy, whereas the Eterna Devons next round will have a massive contest going up against the Lava Ridge Flare. But until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.